Well, it's 2012, and Happy New Year. And I decided to go ahead and make my first video of the new year. Hope you all had a good New Year's Eve. I spent it here at home last night. Still recuperating, just about over the hump. This is just the strangest flu to me. It's waves, have these waves of dizziness and shit, and then I'll be okay, and then I'll have these hot flashes. But anyway, it's getting better. Here we are in a new year. Nothing's really changed, has it? Well, if it changes, it'll be up to us to change it, right? I want to just try to a couple things in this video. I want to respond to Chris's Latin Jazz video. I just have a tiny bit that I can find. And then I wanted to talk about a couple of other things just on the top of my head. Some more appreciation. But one of the fantastic things about the vinyl community is because of people's diverse interests, it causes me to listen to musics anew, things that maybe I thought I liked, didn't like, thought I knew, and I go back and I learn something. This is the case with Chris 4127 Basket's most recent video on Latin jazz funk. I appreciate it, the rhythms and stuff, but have not been a big follower of it per se. So when he does that, when you show these things, it's like, it reawakens my interest, and it also causes me to go back and look into my collection to see what do I still have, because I really do forget what I have. And this is what I could find since last night. I'm sure I have more that is loosely in this genre, or somehow touch upon Latin rhythms. The first one I'll show is the one I showed before, talking about something altogether is different, which is Stone Alliance by Marcio Monterroyos. And there are several tracks on here where it's just a Latin percussion extravaganza. And so this one definitely is one of my records that goes in that vein. I have a second Marcio Monterroyos album. This one is called Magic Moment. And it's more commercial, but there are a couple of tracks where the fusion of percussion, Latin, and funk is nice. But this is definitely a little more on the commercial side. Here's one, Azteca. And for followers of Return to Forever, this is the band that Lenny White, their drummer, was in before he joined Return to Forever. Now this has moments, because there are songs in here that, there are kinds of songs in here that I just don't care for. They're not for me, they're love songs, and so I don't want to listen to them. But the interplay of the band and the tightness of the good old Columbia, of the rhythm section, is awesome. I'm going to take another quick look here and see if there's any other names here I should mention. Like I said, Lenny White was the drummer. Pete Escobedo on vocals. Rico Reyes, yeah, okay. Tom Harrell. Oh, geez, he's got all the cats on here, okay. Paul Jackson on bass. Yeah, Lenny White. Coke Escobedo on timbales. Victor Pantoja. James Vincent on guitar. Yeah, Chris, you showed that James Vincent. Culmination, I got that. Great album. And, of course, Neil Schon, who either was in Santana by this time or joined them shortly after they made this album. Another one that's not so much Latin jazz, but it's definitely a Latin percussion, Daniel Ponce, Araue. This is excellent. This is just killer. I don't speak the language, so I really have no idea. But the sound of language alone, just the sound of it, is musical. But this is awesome. And again, it's just a lot of names. I only know a few of these names. Andy Gonzalez, Steve Turre. Yeah. Ignacio Berroa. This is very good. I'll go ahead and pop this on while I'm talking. Not sure. I think I found out about this guy from seeing his name playing on someone else's album. So you hear the rhythms right away. I don't know the language. There's something very sing-songy and almost like birds to me about foreign languages. Not all of them, but like Hispanic languages, for example. There's Portuguese. Just the sound of the language is it's not comforting. It's cool. It's cool. Okay, I've got a few more. Here's one I took a chance on at a thrift store, and I can't say that it's really for me, but it is Latin. Bobby Valentin. As I say, I don't know if these are love songs, etc., but several of these songs use a whole lot of percussion. Very, very busy. Very nice. Very nice musical arrangements here. Bobby Valentin. Don't know anything about this guy. This was released in 1978. Like I said, I took a chance on it, looking at the cover. And then being on a small label that I've never heard of, Bronco. Yeah, I gotta clean it. See that? Yeah, I gotta clean it. But that also piqued my interest. So that's one is definitely Hispanic origin. The other thing, as I was looking at my records last night and trying to find stuff to respond to Chris, and again, it became apparent to me that I'm not so much looking for funk and rhythm and stuff. I'm just interested in culture. So I have records that are Latino, Hispanic, but not necessarily funk. One of those is a CD by the Chilean band Inti Illimani. Do you know this? Inti Illimani. Once again, I don't know the language, but these songs are just beautiful. I'm suspecting they're love songs. They're just gorgeous, and the musicianship is just incredible. Also, I love this cover. Love that. It's beautiful. And I'll show the booklet too, because this is an example of where CDs suck. You know, they're too small. This artwork, I'd love to have this on a full color album, full size. Just beautiful. So I really enjoyed listening to this last night. It's not percussive based, but it's Chilean music, and it's awesome. You'd probably like it, Chris. Probably some of the other folks that like music from all over the world would like it too. I have one more that I took a chance on many years ago, thinking I was getting Perez Prado. I didn't look close enough. It's the Dave Pell Big Band playing Perez Prado. They do an okay version, you know, it ain't Perez. But I maybe paid 75 cents for this, so no biggie. And it's on that old cheap yellow vinyl. God, that's cheap looking, isn't it? I'm with you on that, Second Funk. There is definitely an entire line of colored vinyl that looks cheap, which I'm not into. And this is one of those cheap ones. But not bad, actually. But not Perez Prado. My last two to show you, Chris, are my two favorites of the Latin genre that I have. This one is killer. Fania All Stars. What is the name of this one? Rhythm Machine. You know Fania All Stars. You know these people are the shit. Billy Cobham even plays on here. This is awesome. Yeah, I love this album. Fania All Stars. This cooks. It also has some mellow tracks that I just love. Okay, let me shut the hell up. Okay, I'm just now discovering something. Thank you, Chris. I love the vinyl community. I was just talking about this cat, Bobby Valentin, where I took a chance on him. He's on here. I'm looking. Oh, Bobby Valentin, bass. Thank you, Chris, for helping me to love my own record collection even more. But look who else is on here. Johnny Pacheco, Mongo Santa Maria. Need I say anything else? This album is the bomb. Eric Gale is also on here. Ruben Blades shows up. It's a white label promo. I love this album. So this is going to get put on after the Daniel Ponce. Yeah. If you don't have this one, I know you love it. I know you love it. But I'll tell you what, Chris, your knowledge of what you love is very impressive. The last one I have is the best one, in my opinion, of what I have. And this album smokes. Eddie Palmieri, live at Sing Sing. This album is killer. The excitement of the audience and the band is tangible. This is really a very special thing that the band do, to go to prison and play for the prisoners. And this album really captures the excitement. It really does. Look at the pictures on the inside. He's rocking. He's giving you everything he's got. And you hear it on this album. He's giving you everything. I love the picture down at the bottom, the fist. It's so special. Along the same lines as when B.B. King went to, and Johnny Cash did those prison gigs. Probably made life worth living for a while for those guys. And yeah, the Tico label. The mighty fantastic Tico label. So Chris, thank you so much for sharing your love of this music, reigniting my love of it, helping me to rediscover what is here in my own damn house, which is one of the most wonderful things about being in the vinyl community, is just most of us have gold mines right at our fingertips. Half the time we don't realize it. While I was looking for Latino stuff, I did dip into the Brazilian, and I said, well, that's not today, but I needed to listen to my Ambitious Lovers to see if it fit. They don't, but I'll just show, because I had listened to Ambitious Lovers. If you don't know Arto Lindsay, he's Brazilian, but he was with the no-wave punk band DNA. He's done a lot of stuff with Ryuichi Sakamoto, but he's Brazilian, and it shows in his music. Now, this single, which I've shown recently, Umbabaruma, fits. It does fit the Latin thing. This is excellent. Okay. Just want to talk about a couple more things before I let you guys go. I wanted to show, I have a Tito Puente single, but I couldn't find it this morning. I have a lot of singles to go through, so but my dad, Stephanie will remember this. Our father was a musician, and he played all kinds of music. And he played that Tex-Mex shit for a while. Not shit, but you know what I'm saying? He was into the Mexican music, and he had all these records, and these I inherited from my dad. It's that accordion stuff that, you know, kind of polka-y, which I really will not listen to, but I have these. I don't speak Spanish. I probably should learn it. El Baradero, Agapito Zuniga. I always liked that label, though, Falcon. He had a bunch of these. Amor Ingrato. This has something love to do, something about love. Algares de Terran. Now, Gil, if you watch this and know anything about these records, maybe from your childhood, I'd love to know. Toca Madera by Hermanas Cantu. Hermanas Cantu. Hermanas, isn't that sisters or women who sing? Más que pierda la vida. So these are probably really popular songs at one time with people, but Javier Michel, Tu Pagarás. I just love owning this stuff and love having access to and culture. And I am interested in culture and the music of all over the world. Shit, I'd love to hear music from other planets if I could. Thinking of you, Gil, King's drummer, I could probably do another video, and maybe I will eventually, where I pull some records, but you had asked about favorite drummers. I just want to go off the top of my head right quick because that could get really involved. I'm really into drums. The drumming on records is extremely important to me. You know, and if the drums aren't right, the record's not right, in my opinion. I can only take so much of sloppy playing and amateurish playing. There's a charm to it, but it only goes so far. So when it comes to drummers, I'll just name you the drummers that I love that come to mind right away. We start with jazz because we're talking about technique, and I can't help but notice technique. So my top drummers of all time definitely include Tony Williams, Jack DeJohnette for sure, right away, okay? Billy Cobham, you know, must be admired. If I don't mention someone that you love, it's not because I don't love them, but they're not coming to mind. When it comes to rock, right away, top of the list is Mr. Phil Collins. If you still don't understand, go and listen to Selling England by the Pound and listen to the intricate drums going on throughout that album, and shut the hell up afterwards, okay? All right. I think you want. I bet you want to know if Neil Peart's on my list. No, he's not, and he has said it. He only recently learned how to, you know, get some groove, kind of get less stiff. You know, he doesn't rate. Is he good? Yes, but does he go in the same? This is again to my ears and my sensibility. Does he go in the same category as Tony Williams, Art Blakey, early Phil Collins? No. It's just my opinion. See, I'll have to do some studying and getting ready for this, and that'll be a lot of study because there's a lot of good drumming. One of the things I like about metal is the drumming, the speed metal and the thrash and stuff. That's amazing, that fast double bass stuff and some of the things that they're doing so quickly and precisely. I love it, but do names come to mind? One name that comes to mind from my past is the guy that played for Dark Angel. What's his name? Gene Hoglan? Amazing drummer. Amazing. Now, I will add another diss. Here's a drummer I think is terrible. Lars from Metallica. Okay, people, before you send me any hate mail, listen to what I'm saying. I'm talking about my opinion about someone's technique and ability. This is not about you and your tastes. So please spare me any unnecessary comments. This is really for King's Drummer. He asked. And I'm putting it in there on purpose because, for levity's sake, yeah, I'm trying to tell you, Gil, what I really think about drumming. Lars Ulrich doesn't rate at all. I can play better than Lars Ulrich. And this is really, you know, I'm probably baiting people, and I'm kind of sick and delirious, so I should know better, but I'm doing it anyway. Because I'm human, you know. What I'm about to say is I could prove it. In less than a week, I could kick Lars's ass on the drums. It wouldn't even take a week. Okay, so I just wanted to put that out there. Some of that nastiness, maybe because I'm still sick, I don't know. It's kind of always there. If it puts some people off, I am sorry, but it's there, so it's going to come out, you know? It's just part of who I am. Something else that I wanted to share that I ended up doing last night was exploring some music and stuff. Really good to see you back, Infinite Groove. Your records always blow me away. Getting that Richard D. James on vinyl, please. But also I was looking at some Australian music because Dave from Down Under, who sent me some wonderful singles, excuse me, he sent me some really historic stuff. I'm really appreciating now just how historic this single is that you gave me, David. I am so appreciative. Poison Ivy by Billy Thorpe and the Aztecs. I watched a bunch of stuff on him last night because I found out he died a couple years ago in 2009. Thinking of you too, Lazarus, because you had mentioned about Billy Thorpe's concept album, how you just love it, you know, and I need to listen to it now because I only heard it when it came out, and I thought it sucked because it was so bombastic and over the top to my ears at the time. I need to hear it now. I'm understanding from what I read and heard last night that Billy Thorpe almost single-handedly started rock and roll in Australia. That's pretty impressive. So, can't think of your handle right now. It's a good one, Dave, from Australia. Thank you so much. And then also I was watching some interviews with Jim Keys, the lead singer from Master's Apprentice. Their song, Because I Love You, is just fantastic. It's a simple song, but it's fantastic. Just a fantastic song, Because I Love You by Master's Apprentices. If you don't know it, look it up. It's on. There's several versions on YouTube. Fantastic song from the 60s. Okay, I'm already at 20 minutes plus. Couldn't resist talking to you again already in 2012. It's a new number, but it's the same time. You know, we're just moving. It's another day. This year is going to be interesting. It's going to be insane, too, because of the politics, because it's an election year here in America, which I hate. I hate politics. I'm so sad that we're stuck with politics. We have to play it. It's absolutely useless. I'll take anyone on. Anyone. Politics is broken. And the only way that we can do anything about it is to start talking about setting up a whole new shop. You know, what we're about to go through electing these new officials, absolutely nothing good's going to come from it. Those guys are going to get jobs, they're going to get paid, and that's it. Will they change anything for the world for the better? No. They'll probably try to, as all the other politicians have done before, try to figure out how to get something for themselves and for theirs without us noticing. Fuck them all. Happy New Year.